September 2025. This will be the third segment of our I-75 South from the Tennessee-Georgia line to the Georgia-Florida line. Unless something messes with us, we're going to get a complete video from border to border, through Atlanta, through Columbus, without taking the bypasses. And we are making note of the tractor trailers. The tractor trailers aren't supposed to come into Atlanta unless they have business in Atlanta. So depending on where traffic or what traffic does with us, let's take note of that big one up there in front of us to see if he is violating the law or whether he gets off somewhere. We'll also be looking on the northbound side to see what trucks are coming north. He is the only tractor trailer. Now that was a sheetrock truck coming up north. Here comes one on the left side. Here come two. Did they come through Atlanta or did they have business? Here come two more. I guess he could have picked up a load in Hateville inside of 285 and headed north. So some of these we won't know, but there are trucks going through Atlanta, or going at least, whether they have business or not, I have no idea, but I don't know how that law is enforced. Here, US 41, next exit. US 41 is Old Dixie Highway. Dixie Highway. More trucks. We've still only seen one headed south. We don't catch up with much of anything, and some would have to catch up and pass us. Yeah, we're running 60. Atlanta History Center down here at West Paces Ferry to the right. Go to take you over to Westminster High School and take you on over to Vinings. Left will take you right into Buckhead past the governor's mansion and over to the Atlanta History Center where the locomotive Texas is, which is the locomotive, the final locomotive that chased the General down and caught up with it. And of course the General is in Kennesaw at the Museum of Civil War, Locomotive and Civil War History. Big shanty where it was stolen from. After the war, it was restored and put in service by a railroad, and then I think in 1900, around 1900, the city of Chattanooga laid claim to it and had it on display for about 70 years. The state of Georgia decided we needed the General, and so filed suit in federal court and won the case and got the general back. Built that building and made the museum, and there it is. Atlanta skyline. It's 78 degrees. No, it was 74 degrees, wasn't it? Going to 85, something like that. We've still only seen that one tractor trailer that was up in front of us going into town. Seen quite a few coming out. Blue light special down there. We'll probably ask our girl how they enforce that tractor trailer exclusion through Atlanta. Travel time 10 to 12 minutes. Okay, that indicates that there is not a slowdown, or not much of one. A bunch of blue lights up here. Looks like construction related though. Construction and then something else happened. The way people drive. Yeah, there's a fire truck up here now. Yep, an accidente. Related to this road construction. Howell Mill to the right takes you down to where Northside Drive and Howell Mill come together, where the history marker, the surrender of Atlanta, is located. And then Northside Drive here will take you there as well, of course. And Northside Drive is US 41, goes through Atlanta, comes out as Stewart Avenue. Well, not anymore, now it's Metropolitan Boulevard. To I-85 North is right down here, and it is almost, it may be a 360 degree exit turn. If you're going to take that exit, pay attention. There are a lot of accidents going around that steep or sharp curve. Another blue light special. And brake lights. Wonderful, wonderful. Oh, how happy. What's that song? Oh, how happy this makes me. We want to get over another lane because we want to merge over 2 lanes as we go in. What is that building, I wonder, they're building? You see the BOA tower back here in the background? Well, about 1 o'clock. A bunch of these buildings, I have no idea what they are. I know the BOA tower for sure. Northbound 85, 75, 85 until it's about to exit, but it is backed up over there, isn't it? Let's work our way over. We're merging onto 85 now. We want to get over another lane. Oh, headed north. I'm glad we're not headed north, folks. To be on our guard because people drive like lunatics, and I don't care how careful we are, we're liable to get smacked. Be aware of the vehicles around us, trying to keep as much distance as possible from other vehicles around us. Avenue, Georgia Tech, and the Varsity will be right over there to the left. Quite a few trucks coming through on that other side over there. I wonder if we're getting on coming on around the airport down through there and headed north. So there's still that one red one up there, that the only one we've seen headed south. Well, 85 north, 85, 75 north has been backed up. At least we know to the exit to 75 north. We'll see how far it's backed up. There's a Varsity over there to the left. Georgia State dormitories. It was Olympic Village during the '96 Olympics. Lane now. We should be okay right here, but we're still, yeah, we'll be okay right here. Okay, don't come over here. We do not need you over here. Turn this one off when we get to 285. That would be an inside the perimeter. We've already been 14 minutes. This would be a separate inside the perimeter. 75, 85 inside the perimeter, 75. So we'll probably do that because it'll still be, strictly, coming through 75. It'd just be a short segment, shorter. Look, it's still backed up. It's it's not as tight, but it's still backed up on the north side. Langford Parkway, State Road 166 used to be Lakewood Freeway. Lakewood Fairgrounds be to the left, and then all the way 166 goes out through Fulton County, South Fulton, on out down through yonder way. Yeah, we'll make this inside the perimeter a 75 video. So it'll be the third in a segment. On this playlist. Coming up on I-20. We're not seeing many trucks over there now. Maybe those trucks are feeding them from downtown through the city. There's one. And that one red one that was in front of us, he made it all the way through. Now he didn't have business. Well, I say that he could still have business over before he gets out of 285, out to 285. Plus, I do want to check with the girl and find out how they, with our assistant. We started using Gemini. I really like Gemini. Stadium over, an old stadium over to the left. I think it's Georgia State Stadium now. Yet 11 came up, if I'm not mistaken, somebody check me. Yet 11 came up with a name. They called it the Ted when it was built because Ted Turner and the Braves. And I think Yet 11 with Gary McKee, I think Yet is the one that came up, and it stuck. The Ted pretty much stuck to the as its name. Where is Gary McKee and Yet 11 now? Where are they? Somebody check that out for us. Morning Quixie host for a long time. How about Skinny Bobby Harper and his Moo Cow report on the streets of Atlanta every morning? Funtown was years ago. It was like, a smaller amusement park. It's over on this side of town. I think we've pretty much passed it already, but went there a couple of times. But I can't remember how you get to it or where it was. Just that it was over on this side of town. splitting off. Well, not yet. That's Langford Parkway, Georgia 166. That would be Lakewood Fairgrounds, or Lakewood Freeway. Now 85 is splitting off. Stop this one when we get to 285. This one's 21, almost 22 minutes now, so this will be a fair little segment. This will be our third segment. Any of these segments with the Osmo or the GoPro are going to be out of sequence with the others. Well, the phone cameras will be out of sequence too, but I mean, it'll be what they be. You're coming up on US 19, US 41 again, coming through town. Hopeful that 75 doesn't slow down outside 285 going down through Clayton County. Maybe wishful dreaming. I think it's that last exit. That's where I went to GM's school, GM Certified Tech, 1967. And that building there, if I'm not mistaken, was the Carling Black Label Brewing Company, where they brewed Carling Black Label. There on the left. Get off, change the battery, and we may switch to a phone, but we need to get this next segment. We'll probably just get off, change the battery. Because we don't want to miss even a mile or two. So we'll stop this one, start another one. With this battery, and then we will, well, this battery may last a while yet. It's not showing orange, it's just still showing white. Like I said, it's of the day. At least an hour